the quantum manifestation method that will help you unlock your 5D new earth higher self. Welcome to the video. My name is Katie, and in this video we're going to jump straight into really what the quantum manifestation method is. But before that, I want to explain kind of if you're drawn to this video, I truly believe it's because you have a mission here on the planet. You are here with a higher purpose. You are an awakened soul, a light being, light worker, starseed, whatever word you resonate with, it doesn't really matter. We're all here carrying high frequencies. People who are drawn to content like this, like you, have something here to help the world heal. Mother Earth heal, humanity, you're helping heal, and it's a gift that your existence is here, so thank you. And yeah, I really truly believe that this method is something so powerful. Nobody talks about this, and I want it to get out there to everyone that can hear this because it's so important. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like, share this video with somebody that you feel it will help because it's very, very strong coding. And as I mentioned too, your soul carries code. So we are all here anchoring light on the planet, and a part of your purpose as a light worker is to help anchor higher frequencies down into the earth. But the only way that you can do that is when you're fully in your mission. Obviously you can do that just by your existence alone, but I believe when you use this method, it can actually help you to unlock your soul gifts and your soul codes, aka like those very things that you came to this earth to help heal the world from your higher self, and from that point of view where you are so anchored in your mission, your truth, and like your soul's true essence, versus being in the fear and the doubt and like limited. Like we're stepping into our potential, and right now what's happening on the planet is we're all being called to step up as light leaders, as healers, as awakened souls who know what's happening on the planet, because there's a lot of speed up that has to happen. Like we're here trying to speed up the process. You can probably feel it energetically. It's happening. And so yeah, I want to share this method with you. So I'm just going to jump straight into what that is. And I have a little diagram here for you. I'm going to draw. So you guys have probably heard of the quantum field, right? It's where the infinite possibilities exist. Joe Dispenza talks about this. A lot of manifestation teachers talk about this. When you go into meditation and you visualize the darkness of nothingness, and you become no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time, you are in the quantum field. So imagine that's like the quantum field. This is you in the quantum field. You're visualizing, and this is you like in your mind, you're like, you're visualizing in the quantum field. And so what's in here is endless possibilities, because its energy is all in this field, right? There's just unlimited energy. But something that's interesting that a lot of people don't tap on is in the quantum field, where it's all black, and there's infinite energies, beings, timelines, all of it's there, because it's everything that exists in energetically, and everything is energy, so it's literally everything. So what that means is you're opening yourself up to everything, aka entities, darker entities, like darker beings, the Lizzies, like all of these darker things can also exist in the quantum, because everything is possible there. So as much as you can attract light and visualize your desires in this realm, you can also attract to you darker energies, timelines, and experiences, because it's so infinite. And something that we don't talk about a lot, or I've never really heard about this, but I've been channeling this recently, is I call it like the white quantum field, or the sacred quantum field. I don't know what the word is right for it, but I'm gonna call it the sacred quantum field for this video. And so the sacred quantum field, same thing. You're in your little visualization, you're here, this is you, and you're like visualizing. But instead of it being emptiness, blackness, the quantum of just nothingness, you are no thing and no time, there's no one around, it's just absolutely nothing. You are in this field of everything. It's the light quantum field. The sacred quantum field, light quantum field, same thing. So instead of there being like all possibilities, it's just light. You are fully encompassed in light all around you. So the only thing that is possible for you to attract in your life when you're visualizing and manifesting from the quantum field is more light. Like that's it. And so all of those higher frequencies, higher soul codes, higher parts of yourself that you want to call in, that you want to step into, and you're visualizing and you're like, I know that this is possible. You want to be in the white sacred quantum field, because you're already encompassed in the light. It's already who you are. You don't have to go into no thing, no time, no one. You are existing within all the light that exists. So I hope that makes sense. But essentially, yeah, this is you. Like all of the energy is already fully around you and within you. So you're basically like are the quantum sacred field, if that makes sense. Whereas here, you're the polar opposite in the quantum. Not that the quantum isn't a beautiful place. Like I fully believe it is, but you have to really kind of go into being no thing, no one, in no time, nowhere, for you to actually pull in what you want. Whereas when you're in the sacred white quantum field, even though it looks black right now, obviously, that one looks white, what I'm trying to depict is that this is all light energy and light frequencies, and that's really, again, why we're here and who you are in watching this video. You are a light carrier. You carry light codes to the planet, so you are helping anchor more of that on the earth. And I want to express this so strongly. The reason that a lot of us aren't in our mission, are not in our purpose, why you might have blocks and fears, is because when we enter Earth, and I've talked about my friend with this a lot, you know, when we enter the earth, we are just light. We're pure light. And you can probably see it when you look at a newborn baby or the little cosmic starseed beings that are being birthed on the planet right now. Pure light. Before they're touched by the world, by the conditioning, by the fears, by the entities. There's a lot of darker entities on the planet right now. And so when we grow up, we get conditioned and we start to hunch down. I see it as like, this might not be a good drawing, but like this is us as a little child, happy, happy, happy. And then as we grow up, we, you know, become a little scarred by the world. And then, you know, some people that are heavily in the matrix, for lack of better words, they become real angry, and that's them. They're just radiating anger, doubt, fear, even though right deep within them, there is that light. There is that soul coding that's just like their mission, their purpose, their light. But all these entities and energies that are coming at, we'll call him Jonathan here. Jonathan is just fully just like engulfed by all these darker entities. And so basically what's happening is like a lot of us enter this world with that higher frequency, and then we get infiltrated by the dark entities, and there's a lot of it on the planet, like I said, right now. And so what I see when I tune into this is like all of us, and I'm gonna like take this away for now, all of us basically have access to a certain level of information as humans. And it looks kind of like this in my mind. The visual that I'm seeing is like, here is what we see. Jonathan, he can see everything out here. You know, he might feel it in his heart too. He can feel things, he can see things. But up here is unlimited potential. There are infinite timelines up here. And again, this I see as like the white quantum field is up here. This is where infinite potential exists, but Jonathan can't see it because there's a lot of darker energies that are infiltrating him. Yet so much exists above him. And essentially where I'm going with this is like in our world, you know, a lot of us that are here carrying the light, we are that when we come into this earth. We do not choose to carry the darkness and the fears and the doubt. These are things that these darker energies, if you've ever read Bringers of the Dawn, they call them the Lizzies, like the reptilians, just the darker energies. We're not gonna give them any power, but basically those beings and energies and entities and the darkness in the world right now is infiltrating all the people and all the light beings. And so it's basically like covering, and this veil is becoming thickened. It's like this veil is open when you're a child, and then over time, as Jonathan grows up here, it's like this, not the veil, I guess the veil is the right word, like this veil becomes thicker and thicker and thicker. And so he can see less of his higher timelines up here. And so what we want to do when we go into the quantum, the sacred quantum, the light quantum that I just described, is basically, let's say Jonathan's going into the white quantum, he's visualizing himself encompassed in this white light, not the darkness, the abyss of the dark quantum field. We love her, we love that quantum field, but we're talking about the sacred white quantum field for this. When he goes into that realm, this veil starts to get thinner and thinner and thinner until he can actually get to access not only like sight of what he's meant to do on this planet, but he starts to anchor in more of these codes, because the less this veil is here, these energies start to clear up around him, and it's almost like he's clearing space. And another analogy that might help you if this is confusing is like, imagine that you're like, you know, because we are heart-centered beings, imagine you have an ice cube like blocking your heart. It's like picking at the ice. Like the more that you go into the white quantum field, it's like you're picking at that ice around your heart so that more of it can come out and expand. So you're living from a heart-centered space, and you have clear vision of what you're supposed to be doing in this life. So Jonathan here, you know, as he visualizes him in the white quantum, it's like these energies start to leave, because again, there's no darker energies or entities in the white quantum field. All there is light. It's simply light. And so there is no room, no access point for the darker entities to exist. So where I want this video to go is really like realizing that when you visualize, when you manifest, it's not only that you're visualizing your desires or the things that you want to pull in and like all that, all the material items. That's great. We love that. But this is getting straight access to your soul's desires, your soul's literal like coding and timelines and things that were meant to be created in this life the minute you were born, before you were conditioned by reality. So it's like you're shedding layers of all of the entities you've accumulated, because again, that quantum field is just simply light. And so it's like a straight shot, and things, the way I see it is, the more that he has access to this realm, it's like, imagine there's a channel. Okay, this is getting a little messy here, I apologize. Imagine that he has cleared the space, right? With going into the quantum, the white sacred quantum. So he's created a channel, a flow inward to his mind. It's like this like white pillar of light almost that I see. And all these timelines and codings that are of his highest good are like anchoring in. They're like being sucked into his higher self. It's like shoop, or into his human, like it's being anchored. So that can help you too. Just like imagine it being like anchored in. So that's essentially what's happening. And again, this not only will allow Jonathan and yourself to manifest your soul's desires, but your coding, aka the gifts that you're here to share. And again, you're a light being. You have healer gifts, you have psychic gifts, there's a million freaking gifts out there in the world. Like you might just have speaking gifts, you might be a singer, you might be anything. Like there's so many, I'm not going to limit it, but like you know what they are in your heart, and the way you will start to know them even more is going into the white quantum field. But imagine it as like those start to anchor in, and so you'll start to live more from your purpose and more from your heart's and soul's desires, versus trying to figure out what they are, trying to find them, going into the quantum field that looks a little dark and trying to like create it. You are literally in the abyss. It's like you're expanding. And the way I see the quantum field that we're all familiar with, the dark quantum, it's again, it's a little cold to me. It's a little dark because there's infinite number of absolutely anything that can exist. So often when we do visualize, those darker entities and beings will want to flood into our consciousness. But in the white quantum, there is no room for that. There is only love and light. And so Jonathan here, and yourself, when you visualize, will have full access to your soul's like desires and the highest good for your soul. So it's like, it's actually so beautiful. And I'm gonna make this a little bigger in case you couldn't see. There's Jonathan, he's in the white quantum. Again, like I said, he's flooded with light around him. There's only light. So the only possibilities and timelines that can exist are like complete, utter joy and love and high frequencies that are gonna flood in. And so I hope that makes sense for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have questions, please pop them in the comments below. But again, I really see the power in this, in the sacred quantum. You can call it the white quantum here. Oh, yep, there we go. And another thing I want to mention as well, something that I do is I do light language activations and intuitive psychic calls where I can help activate your soul gifts and codes. I actually believe I'm not even the one activating them, you are. However, I give you access and I help you unlock that for yourself and activate them for yourself. So if you're curious about what your soul's codes are, gifts, what you're here to share with the world, hit the link below. In the link below I have my booking link where you can book with me a one-on-one, and I can help activate those codes for you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, send this to somebody that you feel it would help them, because again, I see the power in this, and I see how this can actually heal the world. And this is really what we need, because again, we are light leaders. We are here carrying very high frequencies. It's time that we match that. And what I'm seeing too is like, it's the new earth, for lack of better words, the 5D, it's happening right now, and we're all being called to step up into our mission very quickly. And so it's time that we anchor in these codes very fast, because there's no time to waste out here. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoy this method. Let me know what you think when you do your visualization and you're in the white sacred quantum. It's a very healing place out there. And yeah, again, I will see you in the next video, but so much love to you, and yeah, hope you enjoyed.